Welcome back to DBC. Today we are continuing with toxic charity. We will be discussing two chapters. Number one, taking the oath, and number two, how to serve with dignity. So in this idea of taking the oath, we go back to his oath of non-toxic service, which kind of models from the Hippocratic Oath. So again, going back to the main point of never doing for the poor what they can do for themselves. It's okay to be an effective helper. We can be an encourager, a coach, or a partner, but we're never a caretaker. So we want to not have this hierarchy, but have more of an even playing field. And again, to limit one-way giving to emergencies only, and to over time from emergencies shifting to being a sense of rebuilding or development, something that's more sustainable. And we want to empower the poor through three things: employment, lending, and investing. And also while we do these, to bring respect and accountability and dignity to the people that we are serving. One key that he expands upon a little bit here when he says in the beginning to listen closely to what people are saying to us, and he said originally, especially to what's not being said. And I kind of was looking for more there, and he provides a little bit more. When he says that a lot of times people that are poor might be reluctant to tell their whole story for many reasons, one of which being fear of losing support from an agency, or being judged, or appearing unappreciative. And of course, finishing the oath with do no harm. And this idea here that we want to transform communities. Do we have a plan for transforming neighborhoods is always a good question to ask ourselves. Three things that will really make the difference between successful and unsuccessful ventures here is that, are we looking at three components? So safety, good schools, and economic viability. Are there business opportunities available? And if not, what can we do to make them? Good schools, are kids going to school, and is it safe outside? Question to ask ourselves is, who are the leaders of community? In every existing group, there are already dynamics with respect to leadership. So the idea here is to find out through listening who the leaders of a community already are. And just a few things on community development fundamentals. We want to look, to change our frame of looking at it, is to look for existing assets and not deficits. Not like, oh, what are you missing? What do you not have? And the idea is that we can empower people that we are serving by focusing on their already existing strengths and building on them, as opposed to like, well, what don't you have? Excellent. So chapter 9, the second to last chapter, is called Service with Dignity. He leads with three things that we should be doing and what they lead to. So attentive listening leads to a feeling of worth in other people. Legitimate employment leads to a meaning for their lives. And then a sense of community, developing their community into a positive one, leads to a sense of belonging. And all three of these serve to enhance dignity of the people that we're serving. And the idea here is that he gives a great example of a guy named Virgil, who he quotes, so I'm going to read the quote exactly. He says, "Do you know what it's like to have people look down on you like you're poor, like you need help? They insult you and they don't even know it. You have to keep smiling and act like you don't know what's going on. I really hate it." So what he did, Lupton, with his group, he conducted a sensitivity training for his volunteers, which led them to have more upbeat and cheerful conversations, to blame cautious and control. So the idea there is to make the volunteers serve under the direction of neighborhood leadership that's already there, not from the nonprofit. But the idea that this should be community-driven, not volunteer-driven, community-led, not volunteer-led. So we have to have dignity for the people that we're serving. And next time we will continue with Getting Started, which is the final chapter, and we'll talk about some of the big ideas from the book.